we're back at the GSL up and down matches. I hope you guys got some Kleenex. Wipe those tears away, because a lot of us are going to be
I hope it was
sad.
lotion Kleenex. You know, when people buy cheap Kleenex, it blows my mind because it makes your nose all raw.
Yeah.
If you only need it like once a day or something, fine. But
otherwise,
when you have
your
a
nose
cold,
can be rubbed raw.
People who just use rolls of toilet paper. Like, well, it's cheap. Guess what? Your health is important. Getting dry skin around your nose, I don't like it. I only use lotion.
The irony of this is we actually have a roll of toilet paper under the desk we've been blowing our noses into.
Well, I'm not blowing my nose.
I am. Is
it not true that I bring in nice Kleenex when I have
a
cold?
When you have a cold, you bring in the nice stuff. I am cheap. I'm in the bathroom. I'm taking the toilet paper out.
I take care of myself. I have self-respect, Tasteless. I love me.
I don't, man. I'm a cheap guy. So I know a lot of you are very sad that MVP is out. It's very weird. Very. That might be the biggest upset that we've had in GSL history, is to have a champion literally losing Codas, then get dominated in up and down matches, and then he's literally at the bottom of the televised StarCraft 2 totem pole in Korea right now.
He is, man. I don't know what to say. MVP.
Sad.
It's amazing.
So, moving on to our next group, we have Rain against Top. Now, Rain, you guys know who this guy is. He had an interesting series in Season 3 against oGsMC. oGsMC, it wasn't an all-kill, but he did pretty much dominate Rain. Rain is a very good player. He got some flag, which I totally think is ridiculous, for doing a lot of Marine SCV rushes in that season. But I'm sorry, man. I mean, if you want to win, you got to do what works. So, he's a very talented player. He's been having a tough time, though. Went down to Code A. Now he's back in up and down matches. So here's a big moment for him to try to come back and really reestablish himself. Meanwhile, oGsTOP, Terran player, he is definitely a force to be reckoned with. And might I just point out that the OGS team is such a well-rounded, solid team.
It is.
I mean, they got a lot of players at Codas.
Yeah. They have two players, in fact, in this group, Tasteless. The next player in this group, we're going to have up on the screen just momentarily, it's going to be Hyperdub, and he's a very stylistic Terran. He loves to play Sky Terran. He makes a lot of Banshees. In fact, he's the only Terran that we've seen in the GSL so far use the crazy style that we've seen some in foreign TBTs. Just making Hellions with Blue Flames, some Vikings, some Banshees, and trying to control the game with those. So, very stylistic, fun guy to watch. Three very different Terran styles here. The macro player Top, the Sky Terran Hyperdub, and Rain, who's something in between. He kind of plays a much more normal TVT.
He does, but he's also kind of got a reputation for some one-base builds. Not so much a TVT, but I wouldn't be shocked to see it. He's definitely a one-baser, and that kind of has worked against him, because everybody was like, oh, wait a minute, I just need to be very careful when I expand against you. But we'll see. TSL is a very good team, just as OGS is.
Uh-oh.
And
he has a vitamin water.
All right.
Those taste good.
Not supposed to be drinking that. No, we have, these
Actually, aren't those made by the Coca-Cola Company?
I don't know, man.
I'm going to go with yes.
All right. Artos is putting himself on the line here at the GSL. We've got Scrap Station, Zelnaga Caverns, and Crevasse. Those are three maps. And these are all very different maps for Terran versus Terran. Scrap Station is definitely a map where we could see a pretty long game. Zelnaga Caverns can be back and forth as well. Crevasse, just a big, massive map. It's going to be a lot of fun. So head-to-head here at the GSL, casted by Tasteless and Artosis. Tastosis, the casting Archon. Let's see which of these Terrans is going to move on to Code S, and which one's going to get one more shot before possibly dropping down to Code A. Over here in the red, we have today's current weather condition.
GSL Lane.
It's not raining in Seoul.
They don't know that. Shut up. Now we're here in the blue. He's certainly not at the bottom of his game. Good. He is
oGsTOP.
He's not there either, though, Tasteless. He's in up and down matches.
That's true. What are you, like, factcheck.org over here? Like,
Anything Tasteless
I'm just, like,
says.
trying to say something amusing. You're like, wait a minute, Tasteless, I'm that logical guy on the floor.
Actually, Tasteless. I push back my glasses.
Thank you, Intel and G-Skill, for making this event possible. And, of course, Coca-Cola for making yummy, yummy, yummy drinks.
Actually, Tasteless, yummy, 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 yummy drinks.
My bad. Thank you, factcheck.org. That was actually a refinery before the barracks.
Yeah, that's very quick. That means it's going to get a super fast factory. You know Mythbusters, Tasteless?
Yeah.
I'm Tasteless Busters.
Tasteless Busters.
I take old Tasteless tales, and I check them if they're true. And then I tell the world.
Well, you're just about as useful.
I'm like, all right, Tasteless, plausible. I check out, send out my little nerd squad to test the lesser-known Tasteless facts that people don't really care about. Can you shoot an egg out of a cannon? Except these guys build a cannon for some reason and do that.
You're about as helpful as those people that make threads on the internet, like, let's help Tasteless and Artosis get better at casting. It's like, I've noticed sometimes they make mistakes. I'm like, no, guys, we actually are well aware when we rewatch our own broadcasts when we made the mistakes. Like, some guys like, I want him to do this.
Tasteless, I'm more like the guys that make threads about, I don't know. I'm
some guys like,
it.
I want him to be like this, and then other guys like, well, I want them to be the exact opposite. I want them to be like this. And then by page 3, it's like other commentators being flamed. And I'm just like, well, you guys are just not good at getting anything done, are you? This is actually not useful to us.
Well,
you know what I'm talking about. You see
I
this,
know, man.
You know, what's funny about commentators talking about is people understand all the people that commentate that do it at pretty professional level. We're actually all friends, guys. You don't need to pit us together like, you know, we're in
I
Mortal.
love Husky.
We're locked in Mortal Kombat. Yeah, we're all friends. You know, Eric and Kelly, we talk to them all the time when they're not casting. You know, Husky, I have him on Skype. You know my brother? That's my brother. Like, but no, a thread on the internet will always get out of hand by page 3.
That's the nature of the internet, Tasteless.
That's the nature of the internet.
So we see here a very quick starport by Top, making Marines and Hellions, whereas Rain looks like he's going for a Banshee build. Interesting. And, you know, the Reactor Marine plus Hellion build should be able to plow through any Marines of Rain pretty easily.
I do like the very, very quick gas build on this map. Because it's hard to scout and actually tell that it's happened.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean?
true.
So it's like, you know, when you get players of this caliber, they are so used to looking for anything they can spot for intel. And no, wait, Nate, does he have vision of that? Let's check. Well, now we know he does. The Hellion's there. I actually like asked the Hellion. I'm like, excuse me, Hellion.
Can you see that factory? He's like, well, now I do. Thanks, Stasis, for the spoiler. And he actually does not show all his Hellions, just shows one.
You know what surprises me? Not to be overly critical of Rain, is that people are still doing this thing where they float the factory in the other guy's main and make Hellions. It's like so common now.
Yeah. If you get the Hellion out, it's quite awesome.
Yeah.
And in fact, this Hellion drop's coming, and what's over here? Just 3 Marines. 3 Marines versus 3 Hellions.
And this angle's going to be pretty good for the Hellions. Oh, actually, I should not have moved him over there. I'm even surprised by that.
Softening up some SCVage.
You know what you want to do? Let's go back to that moment where he dropped there. You want to actually leave the Hellions just as they are and pick them up and drop them as they take damage. Slayer's Boxer style. Ooh. That's right.
Tasteless style.
Tasteless.
That's the Tasteless
Boxer
style.
uses the Tasteless style build.
All right, here we go. Second drop. He does have a couple Marines in there as well. That's a lot of Marines, though, attacking. Going after the medevac. Medevac goes down.
Yeah,
so
but
do all the Marines.
Now
only one Hellion left, though.
One Hellion can't always deal enough damage quickly enough. Bad Marine placement is going to make it hard for the Hellion to catch up. And up. Their SCV's moving back. Oh, but, you know, Rain is not... Their top rather is not exactly microing that just right.
Still getting some good damage. Right now at home, see a Cloak Banshee getting some good damage in. There are 2 scans saved up, Tasteless.
Oh, wow. He might... just barely lose that.
Definitely going to have to use a scan. Goodbye, Banshee. Banshee coming in from the side. There it goes. There is another cloak ready, though. Waiting for some additional hits. Oh, goes into a distance of that. I was going to call it a flagpole. It's actually a missile turret.
You're going to call it a flagpole?
I was going to actually call it a flagpole.
Actually, like I'm amazed at some of the terms that come out of my mouth after I've commentated for a while. Oh, and there's the Vikings doing a Viking mating dance.
Yeah, it's messy, folks. Don't let your kids watch.
It's just not
beautiful like a Viking flower.
No, this is not a PG-13 game. You know, I believe the movie Jaws is actually rated PG. No, I think it is.
No, it's a shark that kills people. That can't be.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that one. There was some movie I saw. I was like, I can't believe it's actually PG.
It's probably one of the Jurassic Parks or something.
Oh, that was R.
Right?
No, that was R. Because I remember I had to go on that with my mom when I was a kid.
I had to because I was scared. It's dinosaurs, man. What the heck? You try to act all tough? I'm going to be real. It was scary, man.
Oh, my God. We got another Banshee coming in here.
This time it is a top Banshee. 4 mules in that mineral line tasteless. And this Banshee going to get a lot of kills. In fact, it might be able to kill every single Marine that Rain has out.
Yeah,
right
you
now.
know, the angle, because the Marines are kind of having to curve around the command center, they're not actually getting there in time.
12 kills, 13, 14 kills.
But he is officially a serial killer. Actually, he isn't. You were right.
This Banshee's name is Clyde Tasteless.
That's a Clyde Banshee.
18 kills, 19 kills at the end of its life. Probably many more it never admitted to.
Yeah.
Normally, the Banshee does admit on his deathbed, I actually have 25 kills, and it pumps up to commander real quick before it dies.
Yep. Not in this case. I think out of all the units in the game, the Banshee tends to get the most kills. Does that sound
going to go
right?
with
maybe Colossus. Right as I said it.
Right as you said it.
Right as I said it.
You realized
I read your mind because we're an Archon.
Right now we have top at 84 supply, 52 for Rain. Rain in a lot of trouble, adding more barracks in his home. Top, on the other hand, is Macaron. Steady, slow but steady, wins the race, tasteless.
Well, especially on this map.
4 racks and a starport. He's actually making less production facilities, well, the same amount, I guess, overall as Rain, but with a much better economy. Because right now he has 51 SCVs against 29 of Rain.
So it looks like we're going to have some bio play coming here from Rain. As he's continuing to focus heavily on barracks. And a lot of this, I think, is due to Marine King Prime's influence in the matchup.
Yeah.
Where, if it looks scrappy and it looks like, well, that doesn't make sense because, Marine siege tanks seem to be better against Marauder Marine, but the mobility of Marauder Marine and the base trade potential is really something else.
Yeah. Base trade potential, or BTP, as mathematicians call it,
yes,
is something you always have to take into consideration.
Thank you for saving me that syllable.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh. Bad moment to siege.
Top right now, going down. He does not have stim ready. If he did, this would be much better. But he doesn't.
He might lose that medevac if he's not careful.
Got to be a little bit careful out there.
Here's the problem is he's getting a few workers here. I don't know if this really pays for itself.
Well, he got a decent amount. And in fact, right now, 33 SCVs for Rain and 60 for Top. I would say it's good, even if it doesn't pay for itself, because Top just has such a superior economy. Killing any SCVs at this point is so detrimental to Rain.
You know what else, actually, that hadn't occurred to me until you said this? Top actually probably has much superior macro.
He does.
Top is one of those guys where you're watching him and he's making tons of mistakes, but he still has a bigger army and just wins.
Yeah.